As a fan of Superman, I think I have a pretty good grasp on his various incarnations. From Christopher Reeve all the way to Tyler Hoechlin, I find something to love in all of them. So let me say something bold. In July 2022, I watched a little movie called DC's League of Super Pets, a movie not many people saw, with a stacked cast like The Rock and Kevin Hart, and it's odd. As I walked out of the theater and into the summer breeze, I came to one conclusion that hasn't changed. Are you ready? I don't know. DC's League of Super Pets is a perfect Superman movie. Alright, now take a breath, hear me out. Now, this isn't meant to be a shock value kind of statement. I didn't say the perfect movie, I said a perfect movie. I'm not trying to discount any of the animated movies because they're incredible, or even any of the DCEU stuff because I think in their own way they contribute to how Superman is adapted now. What I mean to say is I've watched this movie 3 times, and each time I watched it, I recognize the fact that I got a Superman movie from not Superman. The League of Super Pets starts by introducing Krypto the Superdog, Kal-El's canine companion, on his way to Earth. They're both seen fighting together throughout Metropolis, and you get to see some decent Superman set pieces. First off, let me say the aesthetic of Metropolis is gorgeous. For a kids movie about super pets, the art direction, the sound mixing, even the pacing is nothing to look down on. It's a movie that knows what it is and isn't afraid to have some fun with it. The art director seems like they mixed stuff from the 90s animated show and some of the Grant Morrison run. Honestly, this is how Metropolis should be. A sunny, idyllic city. The perfect setting for Superman. Oh wait, did I mention Krypto? The motherfucking goat, aka Krypto the Superdog, is amazing in this movie. Now, Krypto originally debuted in the comics in 1955 as a white Labrador. However, the character received so much acclaim that he became a classic part of the Superman mythos. The idea that this companion from his home world was sent to protect a young Kal-El in a world where he's alone is kind of interesting, and it serves so well in this movie. It's odd to say, but The Rock is great as Krypto. This is one of the few times he doesn't insert himself as the character, and it works really nicely. A Superman movie is supposed to make the audience feel one thing: hope. I know this is a word that's thrown around when it comes to talking about the character, but it's true. What does hope mean? People can say it's optimism, but I think when it comes down to it, it's resilience. It's one of the things that I feel Batman is not given credit for either. The idea that you can be hit down and get back up and lift others with you. That's the idea of Superman. That's why these two characters are always crossed, because in their own way, they just always have to keep trying, even if the world doesn't. And that's why I got down to Krypto and Ace the Bat Hound. While I do have a soft spot for Batman v Superman, there's not enough contrast. Showing that Superman is the light while Batman is the dark, you just end up having both of them fighting in the rain, and by the end, I do feel like the one I should be afraid of is the one that's larger than life. Instead of Superman vehemently disagreeing with Batman's point of view, he comes to agree with it. I guess that's my problem. Superman is not a god, nor does he think of himself as one. Now, Superman is in the movie of League of Super Pets, but he plays more of a secondary character. Gets his ass kicked by this guinea pig. Krypto has a devout attachment to him, and you see why. They're both outsiders learning to fit in. Superman is more of a parent to Metropolis, while Krypto sees himself as someone to be admired. The thing about meeting Ace the Bat Hound, though, is that he's an outsider in a different way, in a lot of ways that Batman is. He's a dog that, despite enduring past traumas, he's the one to lift people up. Krypto, on the other hand, starts off as dense, and with Krypto having no powers until he shits out some kryptonite.
That does smell like sandalwood.
He's got to learn to work with peers rather than look above them. In a lot of ways, he's a man's best friend, and in other ways, he's naive. Much like the identity of Superman growing up, Krypto is in his infancy for not knowing where he belongs. He spent his whole life revolving around Superman, even mimicking him, while Superman has been trying to make his own life with Lois Lane. It comes down to where Krypto has to decide what's important to him, if not Superman. And despite befriending the Super Pets, he still wears his heart on his sleeve. A big part of Superman is identity, and while I think other movies have tried to do this on their own, they never get down to what really plagued him, deciding a life for himself versus those who need him. By the end, these two characters, along with the rest of the league, learn things from each other, like how to believe in each other and themselves. More importantly, the way the Super Pets use it makes it feel like I'm watching an episode of Teen Titans. The thing that separates our Kryptonian heroes from the rest, though, is the way they use their power. There's a solar flare punch that's hinted at throughout the whole movie that Wonder Pig brings up. It's a move that Superman has done in the comics, which is why that got me curious. It's clearly shown as a last-ditch effort. So when it came down to the last act and the villain is about to decimate Metropolis and Superman is down, Krypto realizes what he has to do. He realizes that despite his protection of Superman, he's not above it. He's not doing it out of some duty, nor for his father. His protection is out of love and respect, not only for him, but for the friends he made along the way. Finally, Krypto is his own hero. He can rise above everything to defeat this villain, and it's in a visually stunning and enticing way. This sequence is sick as fuck. James Gunn, where the fuck you at? Now, maybe you finish this thinking this isn't a perfect Superman movie. The Lex Luthor and Superman that actually exist in this aren't even the focal point. I'm not saying a perfect Superman movie involves a Justice League or Batman-like characters, but I guess that's not my point. A perfect movie does involve contrast. I like a Superman that falters. That's an essence of his character. What's also important is that he does not give up. Krypto in this movie doesn't have his powers for most of this movie, but he still has a level of optimism, some spirit to keep on while others can't, to believe in others while others can't. I don't think a Superman movie is as simple as if he wears trunks or if this character is in there. BVS is a clear indication of that. What's important is the message. Does the audience walk away feeling like these characters make the world better? Do they identify with Krypto's sense of identity and eventual dedication? Is it okay to look past the fact that they're all just pets and find something to relate to in all of them? And look, maybe I'm looking too hard into a kid's movie, but by the end, we're all kids looking for belonging in this blue planet. And I think that's what a Superman movie should remind us of. Or in this case, a Super Pets movie. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Thank you to my Patreons, Julian Bell and UltraSargent, for supporting this. They're the reason why this video is coming out at all. So if you like this video, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon. You know what it is. And also, please let me know what you think of this video. That being said, this is Care Presents. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all later.
This is crazy. Expecting me to go.